Did he get the information to come over?
I'm about to check now.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. We are here with a drinking Dirty-Flint update from the ground. We are here, and we're going to get our guests in. Thank you all for coming through. I'm accepting everybody. I hope everybody is having a great evening. I'm going to let everybody go round table and introduce themselves this evening as we get this connection going. It's been 700 days in Flint with no clean water. No clean water. How much water did you use today? Took a shower, cooked, washed your clothes, washed your car, sprayed your grass. 700 days. We got Arthur is coming in. There we go. 700 days. We're going to go to my. Yeah. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves tonight. On the Drinking Dirty Show, I'm the one and only Yogi with two eyes bringing you Drinking Dirty, a Flint update. And we are excited to have on the ground updates. I got an email from this gentleman right next to me, and he's going to tell you who he is and what he's all about. And what we're doing here tonight is letting you know that 700 days is 700 days too long. So I'm going to turn it over and introduce yourself and let the people know who you are. All right, hold on one second.
I'm sorry. Hello, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm Brother Demetrius out of Fayetteville. I saw Mr. Woodson on Facebook. He was being interviewed by Larry Rivera down here in Fayetteville, and the brother was speaking some really good things. Well, as far as him doing the work there in Fayetteville, of course, down in Flint. Of course, nothing there that's going on right now is going good, considering the people are still down there without water. So I wanted to try to get resources together and give him a voice so that people can know what's going on there in Flint, as well as have a plan of action that if they choose to help the brother in his work, then put out a way in which they can do so. So the brother has a lot to say. I'm happy to get everybody here together. So I'll just open up the floor to him and just let him speak on some hot things that's actually came out today, and you'll hear it here first. Go ahead, my brother.
How you doing? My name is Arthur Woodson. I thank you very much, for giving me this platform and helping me to spread the word, throughout the nation because they whatever what they call it, blacklist me. They didn't tell reporters if they interview me, they won't have an interview with the mayor. You know, it's so much politics being played here, and they don't like me because of some fact I'm gonna expose them, you know, and tell the truth. You know, you have concerned pastors; they've been silent lately. You know, they haven't been saying too much ever since. Hello.
Yeah, you good, brother.
Um, the concerned pastors haven't been saying too much ever since Brother Riviera came out with his video. You know, things have been happening on that front, but it's the fact that all of them work together, and they don't want me saying anything because I'm gonna expose them. So you know, just coming out, you know, giving you a little update on what's happening. What came out today: 3 people will be charged tomorrow for what role they had in playing with in the Flint water crisis. It's 2 mid-level MDQ, which is Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, and it's 1 Flint water treatment plant employee. They haven't said any names yet. They'll probably say those tomorrow. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing going on with that. But we still haven't had anything but 33 pipes changed. You know, for over 700 days, we've been drinking out of bottled water. You know, the citizens of Flint has been drinking out of bottled water. And when you set up distribution centers, they don't even come out anymore. I mean, because it's tiresome. They tired.
You talking about the water distribution centers, like where they place the water and the people come get the water.
Right. So I mean, you get tired of doing it. I mean, just think of where you have to haul 5 cases to 10 cases of water up, you know, every 2 days, every 3 days. You know, you get tired of doing that, and it's upsetting. Then you have rashes. You know, people breaking out with rashes all over their body. The infrastructure they speaking about, just outside infrastructure. You have some people like my cousin. His infrastructure is pushing out. He doesn't even have a service line, and the test read 150 parts per billion. That's how much lead is in the water, and the action level is 15.
Acceptable? What you say the acceptable is?
Nothing really. It's supposed to be 0.
Supposed to be
but
0. You said it's reading
15 parts per billion is action level. That's where they have to act on it. And his is 150 parts per billion.
Wow.
So when they got the results, they had to come out with, you know, like 6, 7 different people. So they told us that they was gonna come out at 7 o'clock the following morning. So they waited until 6 o'clock that evening to where we had used the water and did everything. So you don't want to do that. You want the water to sit for, you know, you don't want to use the water for 6 hours. So they came out after we had been using the water and called themselves testing it. And it still came back 42 parts per billion. So that still was an issue. Man, I spoke to them Saturday at the EPA Expo and told them that it's been over a month and a half and no one has came back out to the house to find out what was going on. So they came out Sunday, and that's how it's going around here. They gave a hip hop rally, and a free in-home filtration system. It was at least 50 people who has never had their water tested. And then you had a sheriff just about 2 weeks ago. He calls for the media to go out with him to pass out water. And the worst thing about it, they did 1 block, and after the media left, they left.
Wow.
So it's a lot of riffraff going on up here, and they making the people think that everything's okay, and it's not.
So
nothing. Excuse me.
Are people still using the water, not the bottled water? Are they still using the water to, as in drinking it or taking baths with it, or are they all just using bottled water right now?
They people, using bottled water. Some people are taking baths with it. The governor came out yesterday to someone's home, and he called himself drinking from a filter. From straight out of drinking tap water straight out of the filter. He said that it's okay. Now, from what I heard last week, 2 weeks ago, the mayor, no, last week, matter of fact, said use the water, use the filter, because in order for the phosphate, which is corrosion control, in order for that to rescale the pipes, the water has to be flowing. Plus, we don't have any chlorine residuals, which is to disinfect in the water. We don't have any in the water. So they have to pay for the water for 2 weeks so that the people will use it. And she said it's okay. Today she came out and said, do not drink the water.
This is the mayor, or
yes,
who is it?
that's the now the governor's drunk out of the tap water yesterday. The mayor came out today and said, do not drink out of the tap water.
Okay, here's my question. Who makes the filters?
Pure and Brita.
Okay.
Pure and Brita makes the filters. But here's the problem. We have like the water that he drunk out of yesterday. The house where he drunk yesterday, the test came back. It was like 8 different tests. It came back 8, 6, 4, 265, 6, 4, and 8. Now, the filter doesn't work once it reaches 150 parts per billion. So if you look at how the test results were, you don't know which day will be over 150 parts per billion. It's unstable. It has particles in there that runs around in the main line. It doesn't even, you don't even have to have a service, a lead service line for you to have lead.
Yes, sir. And what you're saying is some of the houses, they're different readings. Some are better than others. So it's not a uniform thing of all the water being the same lead content value.
Correct. I mean, it's lead particles. We have what they call the biofilm. Every system has it. And that's what the orthophosphates do. It builds a film on the inside of the pipes that protects the pipes from corrosive water, beating the lead or the soldering lead solder, anything like that. So when we lost that, it's lead particles that's running around, that's floating around in the water that comes into your house. So, it's hard to detect what house has which lead, because it's not just about service lead lines anymore. It's about the little particles, lead particles that's in the water. Plus, they're not testing for pathogens, carcinogens, opportunistic pathogens. They're not testing for that. So other issues. And then by getting warm.
Can you let us know what type of effects that you've seen on the ground from the water? I know I saw some things on Facebook of the rashes and so on and so forth. Can you let the people know what type of effects are going on from the water?
I mean, you have rashes, you have Legionella bacteria. They just issued a warning about a month ago where, we're getting warm weather now. So when we get this warm weather, anything, when it becomes 77 degrees, you have Legionella bacteria build up in the water. And by the residents not using the water is just sitting. And when you put a lot of corrosion control in the water, it builds. It's like a buffet for bacteria. So now we're gonna have other issues other than just lead. And then you have where it's getting hot, they have to up the chlorine level, and by us not using the water, you have what they call TTHM trihalomethane, and that's cancerous. And you don't know if that has affected you until 5, 10, 20 years down the line. So we're going to have those issues also. If they don't use enough chlorine, you're going to have what they call E. coli. So we are in a bad situation right now, and there's no urgency. All they didn't change is 33 pipes. I'm hoping that the mayor calls in the media. I mean, she had the media, and just tell the media what's really going on.
Well, I don't think the media, as far as, I mean, I think they try to keep these things under wraps, you know. So I think the course is a type of media like this that I encourage more people to utilize the video chats and develop videos and get their story out there, because I don't think that the major news networks are going to push that, you know, for whatever reason. I don't know. But, you know, we're in this age of information and technology. There is a way to get the message out around news networks. So, people, yes, sir. I hope that people will work those means.
It's scary.
Hello?
I'm here. It's scary. You can't hear anymore? Can you hear now? I'm talking. No. Okay. This is a very scary situation that we're in. The situation is beyond a lot of people's control as far as how far it's gotten. And correcting it is going to take someone to actually say, I messed up. And I think at this point, a lot of people don't want to say they messed up. Mm. And unfortunately, without actually going in and saying, I messed up, let's fix this, you're going to have a lot of people, you know, trying to hide things, trying to be what looks like corruption simply because they trying to hide their lie instead of standing in their truth.
I think we need to understand and look into what's the cost that it's going to take for them to fix this thing and get these people clean water. They don't seem, I mean, it's been going on for this long. They're not making it a priority yet, and still we're constantly going to other places, other countries, giving aid to people, but yet here in America we can't even give our own people clean water. And to me, it's really disgusting to hear things in which this brother is saying: Legionella disease, lead, cancerous things that won't be tracked for 10, 20 years down the line. That's really it's really a shame that this government is dragging their feet on this thing. And I'm so thankful that this brother has assumed a role there in Flint to work all that's in his power to get this thing corrected, addressed, to put it out there for the world to know. The brother's back, and I don't want to take anything from him, and I want him to continue to speak on, from the ground what's been going on, and also let us know, brother, who has been helping you let us know who has been working against you. Give us names. If you have addresses, maybe we can write some people. Uh, and also let us know how we can help. Whether donate money or send supplies, send water, or anything of such nature. Um, yeah, I just go give it back to you, brother.
I mean, our main thing right now is to, if we get people to help donate shower filters, shower head filters,
Say,
that
say again on the filters, brother. What type of filters did you say that you people should donate?
shower head filters,
Shower head filters.
right? Because we get every day, and the filters it cuts down on some pathogens coming in, uh, opportunistic pathogens, the lead, copper, all the different metals that's coming in. That's one of the things that you need. So you have people working out, and it's a thing, man. They got holes, not holes, but sores, rashes on the back, arms, kids. When you watch the hands, you break out.
So you kind of coming in a little distorted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
You're good to go.
How did you get involved? I want to know, when did you become the warrior? What was it that made you?
I was can you hear me?
Good.
All right. What happened? I was helping a veteran. I'm a disabled veteran, and I was helping the veteran with his disability claim. He was stationed in North Carolina at Camp Lejeune, and at Camp Lejeune they had contaminated water.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good.
Hello?
Yeah, you good. You good, brother. We hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Keep talking.
His phone might be
You good.
acting up a little bit.
I can hear you. Not sure what happened. Yeah, we both hear you fine.
Yeah, this is our first run on this thing. Literally, we were supposed to
Having just a little technical difficulty, but on Blab, I find that the better the information, the more powerful the information, the harder the technical difficulties come. I have noticed that. So while we take just a minute's break, tell me, what are all the things you did with water today? Just think about it. Brushed your teeth, washed your face, used the bathroom, took a shower, cooked some food, you washed your car, you watered the grass. A lot of things we use water for that we take for granted. But for over 700 days, can you imagine being without water? Can you imagine not having what you need to take care of your infant child? Can you imagine not being able to cook, to clean, to properly do the things for you that you need to? Can you imagine? Can you imagine water that leaves your skin rashed? For 700 days, our brothers and sisters in Flint have lived through this, and they continue to live through this, as only 33 of the many hundreds of pipes have been, I said 33 of the hundreds of pipes, only 33 have been fixed. And that's not even counting the toll that comes from water being shipped in, dropped off at locations where you have to go to pick them up. Let's think about what water means to you.
Me just hearing the brother mentioning things like Legionitis and cancer that they won't even be able to know for decades down the line. That just puts this whole thing in perspective of how serious that this thing is, and it has not been a hot topic on the news, and I just don't know why. But we hope to do this on a regular basis, just to put something out so that the people will know what's going on there in Flint, until the media decides to step in and be more concerned with the citizens here in America. We want to find out exactly what the people need there at Flint, and where we can send these things to. So hopefully we can get, after the video is complete, we can get with Mr. Woodson, me and Yogi, and get that information of exactly what type of water filters, exactly what type of other items that we can send, and also where we can send it to. So, brother, are you back? You might still be having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure. So, yeah, I think he still is. So, we will do that. We do owe that to you. We'll continue to practice and to work on that chemistry of these videos, so that we can get this flow down a lot better. The brother's back having technical difficulties. It's fine, brother. It's day one. You know what I'm saying? I hope we have, in the future, we're gonna get this thing down. So this thing is gonna be rolling so smooth, But not knowing when this camera is gonna go in and out, we need to just hit up that pertinent information, so that the people can know, so that they can, immediately, start, helping out. I know you mentioned shower heads. We're not quite sure what type of shower heads. I know you
sell them over at Home Depot. They sell them at Home Depot and Lowe's. They just regular shower head filters. I mean, you can go in there and ask them about it. I didn't research to find out the actual name of them. I know they been giving them out here, and they say you can get them at Home Depot. But I can do the research on it and everything, and have that done. But
we'll attach it to the video in some form of way, or if it goes to YouTube, we'll have a link or something that shows the recommended shower heads that you researched and said these are the ones. So you said she's coming in real good now. So just reiterate on the things that's needed, shower heads, as well as
basically the shower heads, and then we're working on getting food here, because Flint is 41% poverty, and they want you to eat a certain nutrition to get the lead out your body. And 21% of the people here are minimum wage, so they live in check to check. She had asked me a question earlier about how did I get started in this. I'm a disabled veteran, and what happened, like I was saying earlier, I was helping a veteran at Camp Lejeune, and I mean he was stationed at Camp Lejeune, And down in Camp Lejeune from 1957 to 1985, they had contaminated water, TTHMs. So a person that worked at the water department told me that we had TTHMs, and I knew what could happen with this contaminated water. Now, what they wasn't telling people is after 70 years of after 70 years, depending on how high the TTHMs are, out of 10,000 people, 3 people are guaranteed to die, not might die, but guaranteed to die. And that's just an estimate. Now that's with the TTHMs levels at 0.8. Ours was 0.196. So that was over double. So now you have to bring it down at 196. If it's 70 years, you have to bring it down to 30 years, 35 years. Just say 35 years. Now on the other side of that, the research was done with a person, adult weighing 154 pounds, drinking 2 liters of water a day. So now if you're 200 pounds or 220 pounds and you're drinking at least 5 liters a day, that brings it down from 35 to 15. And then say if you have a cancerous T cell in your system, that brings it up even more. We had about 5-6 deaths a week when this water first started, from people dying from cancer, kidney failure. All kinds of stuff. And
what time frame was that, brother? When did that was being tracked?
It was a funeral every day. Just at my church alone, I thought I worked for the funeral home.
This was how many years ago when this all started?
This started in 2014. 2014, 2015. If they go back and look, how many people died that they say natural causes, you will see.
That's not going to be natural.
Excuse me?
That's not going to be natural causes anymore.
No, we couldn't afford an autopsy, so people in Flint just buried their loved ones. But the water was so bad, you have, I think it's 10 now. I think it's about 10 people, no, 12. 12 people that they know of passed away from Legionella bacteria. Telling anyone.
Wow.
The hospital in July of 2015 passed out this memo saying, do not bathe the patients. And they was washing newborn babies off with bottled water.
Wow.
The hospitals wasn't even telling anyone. The only reason why everybody came out in September is because they knew it was getting ready to hit the fan. So they turned around and started a call of community health emergency water, and everyone started talking and saying, "Oh, this is going on, that's going on," because they knew everything was coming out. But it's real bad. They already telling me now that
you say even the hospital was hiding this thing.
Excuse me?
You were saying even the hospital was hiding this thing, covering this thing up, washing the babies with bottled water and not telling nobody that the water.
I have a memo on my Facebook page. This is a lot of paperwork that I have on my Facebook page showing everything that was going on. They they was doing everything in secrecy. We was going out telling everybody, "Hey man, listen, this is what's wrong with the water." I fought for 2014. We tested high for TTHMs in June. That's trihalomethanes. That's 4 byproducts of a disinfect, 4 byproducts of chemicals that has set in the water for so long that it forms into this trihalomethanes. So in June, it happened. July, we supposed to get what they call a consumer confidence report, CCR. Everyone supposed to get that in the nation. Once a year, you're supposed to get this report from your water department to tell you what chemicals they have in the water and what they tested. Every municipality supposed to send this out. Well, then in July, they didn't send us one out. So I called the MDEQ, which is the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. I called him, Mike Prisby. I said, Mr. Prisby, this river water is harder to treat than lake water because it turns over more, and it's hard to hold a consistency with river water than it is lake water. He said, well, what's going on here is the fact that we are learning as we go. I said, man, if you wanted to learn as you go to U of M, University of Michigan, or Michigan State. Don't use us as no guinea pig, man. So then I called the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, which was Jennifer Crooks. She went to school with him. They were best friends. So she said, "Oh, I know him. He wouldn't do anything wrong." Right? So this was in August. In November, we had another high reading of TTHM. So I called Heather Chauvin, which is the enforcement team leader for EPA. She said, well, then they have to give us advisory because it's a tier 2 violation. So in January of 2015, they gave us an advisory letter. So then that's when everything really hit the fan and everybody started really coming out protesting and everything. So in March, Leanne Walters, her house tested and it was like hazardous waste. That's how hers tested, like it was like 5,000, 3,000 is toxic waste. Hers was at 5,000. So EPA offered them lead experts. MDEQ were not accepted. So I called Heather Chauvin for EPA. I said, hey, they wouldn't even accept lead experts. So she called the mayor, and the EPA emailed the mayor and said, we have lead experts that we can send in and y'all can use them and find out what's going on. He wouldn't even accept it. So I called EPA again. I said, I need an email or something. I need some paperwork showing that y'all offered Flint lead experts. Well, then when I got the email, I took it to news reporter on September the 3rd at 9:52 that morning. They welcomed in the lead experts at 2 o'clock that afternoon. And October the 2nd, they knew everything was getting ready to hit the fan. So everybody started calling emergencies saying, we want emails, we want this, we want that. And October the 7th, those same lead experts came in and said, we got to go back to Detroit water. So all this could have been averted a long time ago. It's over 24 people that's involved that needs to go to prison. And I just found out that it's 7 people getting arrested tomorrow. So they really trying to make things happen now.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
Oh.
Well, wow.
So this is amazing. Amazing. Say hazardous waste. Wow. That's
I heard the word cover. I heard cover up a couple times.
yes.
That is really
as they say in the street. Yes.
I'm not trying to bore anyone, but
no, baby.
It's a whole lot more. I mean, then we touch on the Concerned Pastors, which is an organizational group here. You know, they gave a rally, and Jamal Bryant, they gave a telethon, and he's on the news and said that he was sending money here. They have 90 million viewers in over 200 countries, and they said that we were going to send the money down to the Concerned Pastors. So then they turned around and said it's an undisclosed amount.
What?
Why would you send an undisclosed amount? I ain't never seen a telethon that states an undisclosed amount of money and not tell you how much money they raised. So, you know, it's a lot of crooked stuff going on here. And I don't know if they received it or not, you know, so I'm not gonna
Have you saw any signs that the money's been dispersed? Have you personally saw any signs of the money being received and then dispersed to help
No,
with the water issue?
no. They I mean, man, you can't even find the money. You wouldn't even think it was money here. The only thing we know about is the $2 million that's supposed to be done, that came here to fix the pipes.
And you said the
That's
money was given by the pastor Jamal Bryant and was distributed supposedly to who? Who's the recipient?
Everything is in the wording. Everything is in the wording.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the money isn't here. I mean, it's here, but we don't see it. You have like 30 different organizations. Now look at Red Cross, for example. Red Cross, you could look at Haiti, what they did down there. Where's the $500 million? They built 2 homes and they got $500 million. Where is that money at?
Wow.
Great question.
Well, that's a lot. I mean, it's so much stuff that this brother has shared with us all. You know, I'm in awe because I really didn't think it was that bad there, but oh my God, the things that I heard tonight, and what really shocked me is him speaking about the hospital who knew was bathing babies with bottled water and not saying anything. Wow.
Yeah, that's just so too much. Too much.
Yeah. We did, cover that. Shower heads is needed there.
Yes.
So much talk about rations that people are getting, and the other legionnaires I heard him mention, and so on and so forth. Which he said it was a death sentence.
It sounds like it is.
We will do our due diligence and talk with the brother and get more information on what can be done, where it can be sent out at. He mentioned some reports that are out there which backs up the things in which he's saying. So we would definitely try to include that in our in the video or a link or some type of thing like that. I think I mean we can go on and on about this. I think we all have a lot of information that we can look into this. So
Definitely.
I don't have anything else, Yogi. I appreciate you.
No problem. I appreciate you.
This is something that's a selfless service.
Yes.
I want to do for this brother, and as you can see how bad that situation is.
Yes.
I'll contact the brother after you close the video or whatever.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go close it out, and then we'll go from there. We're gonna push forward with this. Again, what did you use water for today? Bathe, cook, clean. Without water, what would you do? Our brothers and sisters in Flint have been dealing with this for over 700 days with little glimmers of hope of having this situation not swept under the rug, but to come to light and to actually fix the problems. This has been a Drinking Dirty, a Flint update. And I'm your host, Yogi with Eyes. And we'll be back with more updates. Talk to you then.